Is everybody muted? You all the new participants are muted. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Dr. John. Hi, Richard, Chris, Jeff, everybody that's on here, and people that are still coming on. I'm Lisa Huey, just in case you don't know. Ha, ha, ha. And my husband is out in California right now, and so I am going to run this show, so to speak. And let me see if I can't do the share screen, because I actually put together a little, oh, that's not what I wanted, PowerPoint, a plain PowerPoint, but a PowerPoint nonetheless, to talk about a few things. All right, let's see. How do I share my screen? Share screen. Multiple participants. Let's see. Can anybody see my screen?
Negative.
Negative. All right, Chris, help me out here. Talk me into sharing my screen. I click the little button.
Yeah,
Why
as a
does it
host,
not
you should
show
have an
my
option to
screen?
share a screen.
Huh?
Yeah, as the host, you should have there's an option button to share a screen.
Yeah, I've got it. And I've got some weird stuff that pops up.
Oh, here we go.
All right,
Okay.
we got it.
Okay. Yay, thank you. All right, so do you see my plain old slides?
Yes.
Okay, yay! My husband's the one who's technical here, not me. So anyways, there's a few things I kind of want to talk about. I want to go through some stuff with you all that I've been studying and working on, and want to share and have it be applicable to our businesses, of course. So one of the things I've been doing is I've been listening to Jim Quick, and it's JimKwik, and I've got his website down at the bottom there. And he was talking about, I was listening to his podcast about improving your memory with a good night's sleep. And so, why does it say Michael Huey is talking? Oh, because I'm Michael Huey. Haha. Anyways, so he gave 5 pointers on how to improve your memory with a good night's sleep. Too many of us, myself included, don't get enough sleep, so we don't quite feel we're on our A game, so to speak, with our memory, being able to focus, being able to do the things that we need to do, within our personal lives, for our family, for our businesses, etc. And so I've got 5 key points here that he taught on. And one is keep one set schedule, the same bedtime every day. But more importantly than the same bedtime is the same time to wake up every morning, even on the weekends if you go to bed later at night. Keeping that consistent time to wake up every day helps with improved sleep. Number 2 was no caffeine after 2. Caffeine is a stimulant, and he even talks about the people that say, well, I can drink a cup of coffee and go to bed within the hour. And he attributes that to really not getting enough sleep and not getting enough quality sleep, that you're basically passing out. And there's a difference between passing out and going to sleep. His 3rd pointer was no alcohol 3 hours before bed. Alcohol is a depressant. It dehydrates. So if you're going to have, a glass of wine or something like that with dinner, make sure you're doing that 3 hours before bed. Number 4 is no exercise within 4 hours of your bedtime. Endorphins get released, our brains go into overdrive, our body's in overdrive. Chris, as a runner, I'm sure you can really attest to that one. So he recommends obviously exercising earlier in the day to kind of kickstart your day. And then number 5, his key point for number 5 was high 5 for the sun, 15 minutes every morning. And so it was kind of his little pneumatic to help you improve your memory with even remembering 5 good tips on how to get a good night's sleep. 1, keep one schedule. 2, no caffeine after 2. 3, no alcohol within 3 hours of bed. 4, no exercise in 4 hours of bed. And then 5, high five the sun. We all need about 5 minimum, preferably 15 minutes of sunlight during the day. And he talked about the physiology on what that does. I highly recommend listening to his podcast. If you just go to jimquick.com, it was episode number 45. And then the other episode, or 43 rather, the other episode he was talking about was the best time to study and learn. And there's a quiz you can take. It was a free quiz. I did it this morning. It took not even 10 minutes. And all you had to do is enter your email address for the results. And the quiz was called thepowerofwhen.com. And it's the quiz, and I put that on the slide too. And he talked about there being 4 chronotypes of people, personalities, in our sleep patterns, our body chemistry, and how it affects our brain function. And he talked about these different animals. Bears, they tend to have a better focus time, where you really need to be on your A game, so to speak, in the middle of the day. He said lions, people with the lion chronotype tend to be well focused and on their A games almost first things in the morning. The lion gets up before the sun rises to catch its prey. Wolves tend to stay more, sleep in longer, things like that. They're better on their A game at the end of the day. And then dolphins, they kind of fluctuate. Again, go listen to his podcast. Go to thepowerofwhen.com. Take the free quiz to find out your chronotype so that you can best plan your day with working on your business, working on learning things, your leadership and development. We all have different personality types. We all have different needs when it comes to really being on our A games. So I thought it was really interesting. And just in case you were wondering about me, I'm a bear. So watch out. Mama Bear will roar. All right. Elite Academy coming up in Indianapolis, February 15th through the 17th. We've got some amazing, exciting news. We've already had 4,000 people pre-registered for Indianapolis Elite Academy. That's incredible. I've got the numbers there off to the side. 2,300 people were pre-registered only 3 weeks before Orlando. So we've nearly doubled that a few months in advance. So my point with this, and my point for sharing, knowing when the best time for you to learn and your best focus and intentionality with your mind and your business to be focused is because the growth wave is coming. It is coming. So learn your chronotype to be the most productive for business. Know when to schedule your meetings. If you're on your A game first thing in the morning, don't schedule a dinner meeting. You're not going to be your best, and you're doing your prospect as well as yourself in your own business a disservice for doing that. Now, I get a lot of times we might not have much choice in things, especially when we're trying to fit, our business into the nooks and crannies of our busy lives. But whenever you can really be more intentional to think about it, schedule those meetings when your body and your brain is going to be on your A game. Same thing with the follow-ups, working in the back office, checking those numbers, checking those customers, making sure credit cards went through, etc. And one more thing, to be able to read for self-development and leadership growth. We all need to be spending time on ourselves to grow for our teams, to grow for each other, and to be the best us that God has created us to be. Again, a lot of people tend to want to just read before bed, helps them relax. That's great. I do some of that. But to really be able to process that information in, try to do it when your body is and your brain is optimized to be able to retain that information. Now, I also want to talk a little bit about going back to the basics. That wave is coming. We had a huge wave in the beginning, with all of our teams, and we're back to that. Some of the changes with LVA being kind of restructured is to be able to get back to the basics, establishing who we are, establishing what we want from our businesses, but to really be able to promote those smaller hands-on trainings. And so I put down a few things here about getting back to the basics. Establish or reestablish, reevaluate your why. Why did you get involved with LifeVantage? What is it you want out of it? What are you willing to sacrifice? Things that you're going to give up, personally, as a family, your hobbies maybe. And then what's your non-negotiable? You know that you cannot sacrifice certain things. Put this out in writing. Keep it in front of you to help you remember and to be intentional with it. Also, like in the beginning for some of our newer distributors, what's your product consumption and need? What's your monthly subscription? I want to establish that so that way you've got a clear cut on what you need to go out to match or to meet your PV, your own personal volume. How many customers do you need to maximize your pay, your commissions? Another thing, what are your business goals? Like I said before, what do you want to get out of it? Is there a specific dollar amount? Replacing your income, supplementing your income. Are there charities or ministries you want to be able to support? What is it that you really want? Those clear-cut goals. I'm sure you've all heard multiple times that goals that are not actually written down, tangible, measurable, they're just dreams. They're just dreams. We need to be intentional. We need to be focused. So write it down. There's a scripture that says, write the vision down plain so that the people can read it and run with it. Also, have an accountability partner, a business partner to work with. We want to have fun in this business. We don't want to have additional bosses. We don't want to be anybody else's boss. But we do need to have accountability. We do need to be able to work together as a team because there is no I in team. If your team, your downline doesn't succeed, you're not going to succeed. So help each other, help one another to be able to kind of pair up, team up, have a little bit of friendly competition, so to speak, to push and to stretch each other. I also wanted to do a little bit of some Elite Academy review. I'm going to talk a little bit about what Don D and Marcy Nettles talked about from stage, and then I'm also going to go into some of what John Maxwell had said. So Don D and Marcy, they're pro 9s, I believe. They talked about staying positive in the face of adversity. Adversity comes in many forms. It comes from, family, co-workers, neighbors, ourselves, our own discouragement. Maybe you feel like your business isn't growing the way you expect it to be growing by now. So try to stay positive in the face of all of that. It's difficult to do, but they said, love and embrace adversity. That's what helps you grow. If you don't have any challenges, there's no growth. There's no stretching. And this business, as we all know, is very much a personal development business. So not only is it, financial and health, helping people with their health financially as well as their bodies physically, but this business is about our own personal growth and development. So without challenges, we stay where we are. We stay stagnant even. And when we're stagnant, we're not happy. We're not growing. We're not being who we were created to be, and we're not out doing what we're supposed to be doing. They said it's all a matter of perspective. And, the smiley face or the frown. I think it was Marcy who actually says, you choose how you want to look at it. We've had challenges this week, just within the last couple of days. Things that I thought I did, apparently I didn't do. Something distracted me. The internet went out, whatever. But I was devastated and I was heartbroken, actually. And so anyways, I have to change my perspective. I can look at that as, continuing to beat myself up over it, or I can look at it, I can embrace it, I can grow from it, and I can say that happened for some reason. I might not know right now, but there was a reason it happened. It was a test, it was a challenge, and I'm going to be a winner. I'm going to be a learner, not a loser. And I thought that was a very, very powerful statement that Dawn Marcy said. Be a winner or be a learner. But there are no losers. Learn from that challenge or mistake. And then again, always be grateful. Have a gratitude journal. Always find something to be grateful for, even if it's, I'm alive. I woke up. The sun is shining. It's not freezing, as I think it was Chris who put down there how cold he is. They even said they write 2 things every morning that they're grateful for, and 2 things at the end of the day. So when we're in those moments of adversity, we can always pull out that gratitude journal and encourage ourselves in it. Now, John Maxwell, he talked about developing the leader within you. He rewrote his leadership book and called it 2.0. And some of the key points I got from him was, again, create a positive change. Things happen. Always try your best to turn it around, look at the bright side of it, learn from it, not get caught up in it, not dwell on it, but learn from it. And that is always going to have a positive impact personally and within our businesses. He said, be a U-turn leader. What do you mean by a U-turn leader? You're going in one direction. It's not the way you want your business to go, whatever. Stop the loss. You're going in the direction, you stop it, flatten it out, maintain it, and then change that direction. Quick little story about myself. When I was in my mid to late 20s, I was out in California visiting my mom and dad, my sister when they lived there, and I was out there with one of my friends, Sue. She and I went out there to visit them, and all throughout San Diego, which is where my husband is right now, how funny, we became the U-turn queens. It was our biggest joke. We're going in the wrong direction. U-turn! Heading the wrong direction. Turned out we were going the right way after all. U-turn! Going across the Coronado Bridge like 3 times, just back and forth, just U-turns. Be a U-turn leader. Things aren't going the way you want them to go. Stop, reassess, flatten it out, change that direction. He also says, get uncomfortable. Getting uncomfortable with yourself, getting uncomfortable with your environment, getting uncomfortable with your team. What do I mean by that one? Being transparent, being honest, being real. You're not, we're not invincible. We have moments, like I said earlier, I kind of had some moments here, but it's what are you going to do from that? What are you going to learn from it? what's going to happen. Whoopsies, back up. So get uncomfortable. Again, you can't grow, you can't stretch if you're complacent. And then he used the acronym Plan Ahead. Plan ahead. Brilliant, right? Plan ahead. P stands for predetermine the changes you need to do, whether it's within yourself personally, for your team, for your business. Plan ahead, but only do 2 or 3 things at a time. You want to be able to, Michael just came across the Coronado Bridge. I love it. And Lynn, she's been across that bridge before too. That was fun. Anyways, so only focus on 2 or 3 things that you feel you need to change. Lay out those steps. Set those goals. Have them be measurable. A is adjust the game plan. Halftime court, football. At halftime, go back into that locker room. Reevaluate. Is what you're doing working? If yes, great. Cheer on the team. Keep going. But if it's not, stop, flatten it out, change directions. Notify the key people. Notify your leaders. Not every single person needs to know every nitty-gritty detail about everything that's going on. Sometimes too much information can become overloaded. Can overload people, can bog people down. I'm not saying be secretive or downplay anything, but when things need to change, you need to change. We can't speak one-on-one to every single person. So notify the leaders about the changes if there's been an adjustment in your game plan. Let them go out and disperse the rest of the information as well so that the focus can remain where they are. So that's the plan. Predetermine changes, lay out the steps, adjust the game plan, notify key people. Ahead, the A, allow time for acceptance, a chance to ask questions. Things are happening, people are uncomfortable with changes, whatever, why is this going on? What's our thought process? I'm really good with help me understand why we're changing this. Help me understand this new process. We can't make changes too quickly, within ourselves because they're not going to take root. We need to really be able to allow some time for those changes within ourselves, within our teams, our organizations to take root, a chance to really assess and evaluate, and a chance to also let people become accustomed to these new changes. Things are good. Things are on the bright side. I'm excited. H, head into action. Get going. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to implement this 3 weeks from now. That's allowing the time for acceptance. It's setting a clear-cut goal. We're going to get started. We're going to implement these changes. For example, LifeVantage Academies. The changes are being made. We talked about it. We're not going to have an actual LVA in January or February. Well, February we're not going to anyways because of Elite Academy, but we're not going to have an actual LVA in the Tampa area or in these markets, because we want more hands-on, one-on-one kind of training, going back to the basics like I said before. Let's get people actually more involved. These are awesome changes. We're excited about it. E, expect problems. I think I've already kind of talked about that. People don't like change. They don't like to become uncomfortable. You can't please everybody all the time. Be prepared. Know what you're going to do. Know how. If you understand the process, the principles of why things are changing, then it's so much easier to be able to convey that with confidence to the team. And always, always, always point to successes. Going back to the basics, having these small, hands-on trainings, whatever. Businesses grow. People grow. So always, be grateful, choose your perspective on how you want to look at things, choose your attitude, but always point to successes. And then D is daily review your progress. I think it was Fred Graves that had said many times, at the end of the day, he just wants to go to bed knowing he's done everything he possibly can that day for his business, for his team. So at the end of the day, we need to review our personal progress with our businesses, with our teams, with our leaders, with our families, with ourselves. Just review your progress and go back and do it again. Plan ahead. Every day is a new day. If you've not been happy with where you are, not been happy with where you've been, reset. Every day is a new day. So we can continue to go forward. All right, I'm wrapping things up. It's pretty awesome. Upcoming events. November 30th here in the Tampa Bay area at the Bernard's home in Clearwater from 6 to 9. We're going to have a potluck testimonial social. December 2nd is going to be some of the training in the Atlanta and Ohio and Tampa area. Chris, Mike wanted you to kind of talk about what you're doing in Ohio. So can you unmute yourself and chime in?
Yeah, we're actually probably moving that training back to December 9th.
Okay.
Reason being is we have corporate with Dave Fleming and Brandon Cunningham coming to do an event on December 5th. We're going to have some new people there who are close to enrolling. And so we figured we would just wait and see if they enroll and then get the new enrollments going within 4 days onto some training.
Awesome.
So what we're going to talk about in that training is we're going to talk about how we're going to get people ready to get from new distributor or Pro 1 or Pro 2 to get to Pro 3. And we're going to talk about launch calls. We're going to talk about how we do the invite. We're also going to go dive into some trainings like social media and some other things. And also how we can use the app to our benefit, show the people around the app a little bit and how we can enroll people from the app, do the shopping cart. That seems to be a little bit of a struggle for new people. They don't understand quite yet how to do load the cart and then send the link through the email, and then just allow the customer to fill out their name and their credit card information, which is super quick and easy once you get that figured out. So just little things like that. And we're also putting together maybe one or two more things on that list as well. And I think we're going to have a paper for everybody to fill out. It's going to be an accountability form, and it's going to show the progress and what you've done. So if you're not getting to where you want to get, all you have to do is pretty much look back at that sheet and see your progress. And if you don't really have anything down, you know why your business isn't growing. And if you have a lot down and it isn't growing, we can maybe tweak a couple of things here or there to maybe make it more successful.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. And in Atlanta, Mike's going to be up there. Honey, are you able to chime in a little bit on that?
Hey, babe, can you hear me?
Yep. Perfect. Thank you.
There might be a little bit of background noise. Guys, thank you so much, honey, for doing that. I hope you guys are appreciative of what Lisa's done tonight. I'm going to just say a couple quick things because Ben and I are getting ready to go to a dinner. I'm just going to tell you guys this. I just got my butt kicked by Navy SEALs on the beach in Coronado for 3.5 hours. And we got maybe 10 minutes of breaks, max. So I'm just telling you guys what pushing yourself beyond what you think you're capable of doing is why you guys are on these calls on Thursday nights, why you're pushing yourself to do what you do, why Chris is having a training a week after Dave Fleming is there. So what I want to encourage you guys is that it takes daily action to I took 2 weeks off because I lost a friend of mine, and I paid for it today, and that's not going to happen again. Everything that you do, if things are not going the way you want them to do, Fred Graves told me this in the very beginning of this business, do what other people are doing. I've never been more excited to be a part of LifeVantage. I'm out here with my friend Ben and tons of other entrepreneurs. We've got a ton of new people that have involved. And guys, you have some time frames here now to be able to make an impact in your business and grow your business. I know Lisa shared a lot, but December 2nd in Atlanta, we're going to do the same thing that Chris is doing. And we're having it at Pure Vitality, which is Becky Malden's facility in Douglasville. It's going to be from 10 until 1:30. So, honey, you're doing a great job. Go ahead and finish, and I'm going to mute. Thank you guys all for supporting my wife and I and being a part of what we do. And so we love you guys.
Awesome, thanks. And then December 7th, here in the Tampa Bay Clearwater area, we're going to be having a health seminar, 7 o'clock at Inn in Suites in Clearwater, also known as the Doctor's Panel. And yours truly gets to be hosting it. It's going to be awesome. So I stopped sharing my screen because I'm done with my little slide presentation. And whoops, I think I just lost you. There we go. So it is 9:32. And if anybody has any questions or comments or whatever, go ahead and unmute yourself and we'll just wrap it up.
Lisa, thanks for the insights. This was great tonight.
Good. I hope so. So awesome. Thank you.
All right. Good work, Lisa. Good night.
Good night. Dr. John there is going to be one of those doctors on that doctor panel or that health seminar. Forgive me.
Yes.
Hola, amiga.
Hola, amiga.
I see your eyes in above.
Hey, guys. How is everybody?
There you go.
Amiga, you look so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. It's good to see your face.
Great job tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks. Happy
Thank you.
Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yes, thank you, Mike. Happy Thanksgiving to you, too.
Take
Happy
care, all.
Thanksgiving, Mike.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Stay warm. Hey, honey, I see your face now.
Oh, can you, babe?
I can.
Good job.
We're going turbo boost.
Oh, stop recording. Where's record? Record.
We're supposed to stop recording a while ago.
Oops.